Hello everybody, this is Sci-Fi Junket again on this lovely, wonderful Saturday afternoon. And today, I thought we would discuss something a little bit today. As you guys very well know, if you've kept track with Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Twitch, I've had to combat a number of problems. And that I personally was in a clan. I'm not in that clan anymore. Now there's no ill will toward the clan or the people in it, but when you have two channels, an admin chat channel and a regular clan channel, and you start to see people say something that indicates something happened to a particular clan mate without specifically saying what happened to that particular clan mate, one has to ask. And so I did notice that one day, and I did ask what happened to this particular clanmate, and I was told that this particular clanmate had passed away. Now, mind you, I don't know how he passed. I didn't bother to ask, but I went ahead and said, my condolences. Okay, now this clan is pretty cool. It started out pretty cool for me. Did manage to go through a couple of raids, couple of the raid lair, couple of the crucible with them, a couple of the public events with them, a couple of here and there, and it started, fizzling out, and they started getting in their own little groups of, PV, or the crucible people, and the raid people, and the public event people, and so forth, and so on and so forth. And so I ended up being left alone in the clan. Especially since, I made numerous attempts of actually requesting a fire team for a raid or raid lair, and never got it. Again, I'm used to that, so I didn't worry about it. Didn't bother trying to ask again, because I knew that since I must be the crappiest player in the clan, that no one wants to play with me. But again, like I said, I'm not going to name clan mates, the clan name of the clan, or anything of the clan that I was in. But like I said, I noticed that people were saying something to indicate that there was a problem with a particular clanmate. And I asked what happened. They told me that he passed, and I sent my condolences. Sometime after that, somebody asked, "How are you guys doing?" in the normal clan chat. I said, "I haven't died yet." Now, normally, basically, through the entire time that I was in this clan, that's basically what I would say. They all knew this. I should say at least most of them knew this, because we were having people come and go for quite a while. So, I was told that in light of the current situation of a clanmate passing, that was insensitive and poorly timed, and that I needed to reword it. That means that I had to sugarcoat the way I was feeling, because everybody else is still had time to deal with the clanmate passing. Now, mind you, I have lost 2 grandfathers, 3 days before my birthday, and then buried him on my birthday, on the 15th, on my 15th birthday, and on my 25th birthday. So, I get reminded every year that I buried somebody on my birthday. Matter of fact, I buried 2 somebodies on my birthday. And to be told that I'm insensitive and it was poorly timed to say I haven't died yet. More so to tell me that, oh, everybody else has had a worst week than you. Way worse week. Leads to assumptions. And I've lived through the saying that assumptions are the mother of all fuck-ups. And again, excuse the language, but that's the actual saying. That's how it goes. Yeah, I guess I could agree that it was poorly timed. Yeah, I guess I can agree that it was insensitive. But to assume that I didn't think I would hurt anybody while saying that is an assumption. To assume that I assumed that I wouldn't hurt anybody. For one, I didn't assume. For two, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit anymore. Excusing my language, I haven't done that for a number of years. And for three, I get reminded every year that I buried somebody on my birthday. Every year. Matter of fact, 2 years ago, actually it might be 3 years ago now, I lost my grandmother due to a nursing home shipping her to a hospital, not telling us about it. And as far as I know, I was the last family member to talk to her. I don't know if anybody else has talked to her after I left. That was part of the family. When we finally get to go see her again, she's not waking up. She's just laying there. And to be honest, to tell me that I'm insensitive and I poorly timed my comments, and to say that a number of people had a worst week. Let's see, what was it? Yeah, a worst week. Granted, you're right. The clanmate's right. They probably did have a much more worst week. But every year I get reminded that I buried my grandfathers every year on the very day that I was born. Matter of fact, they were buried the same day, the same hour. We got told they passed the same day, the same hour. So, 3 days before my birthday, I get reminded that that's the day I lost somebody. And the day that my birthday comes around is the day that I get reminded that's when I buried somebody. Buried 2 somebodies. Very important somebodies. Now, I do apologize for this video getting rather long, and it was not my intention for it to get this long. But to tell me that I assumed that I wouldn't hurt anybody is just another assumption that you're making on a person. And then turn around and said, oh, well, we're glad you're alive. No, you're not. Because when you assume that you've had a better life than I've had, or that you've had a worse life than I have, then you assume that my life is better or worse than yours. No one can ever really know how somebody's life has been unless you've lived their life. And sadly, no one can do that. No one can be in anybody else's head. Because believe me, if someone was in my head right now, they would be scared shitless and never want to talk to me ever again. I know this for a fact. Matter of fact, I deal with quite a bit of stuff every day that I hide from a number of people every day. So, don't assume your life is better or worse than mine, because I don't assume your life is better or worse than mine. You may very well have a worse off life than I do. And you might very well have a better off life than I do. That doesn't mean anything. See, what we go through in life is what makes us a person. It doesn't change us as a person. I mean, people don't really change. People become wiser on how they do stuff or more foolish to do stuff, but that person doesn't completely change. They still become themselves. It's just how they approach the problem. And my job as a caregiver has given me a very unique perspective on how everybody else views caregivers. Matter of fact, the government, until last year, until last year, there was no law helping for caregivers at all. Matter of fact, I just recently learned it sometime this month, that there was an actual law that was written into law that the president signed last year. And just because it's law doesn't necessarily mean people are going to follow it. So, when you become a caregiver, you don't exist to anybody. And there's even a law that says, oh, well, you do exist now. So to tell me that your life is better or worse than mine is just another assumption. Because you're not in here. You're not in my head. You don't know what I go through every day. You don't know what I think about every day. Seriously, you don't. So you can't assume that my life is better or worse. I can't even assume that your life is better or worse. I can't even assume my life is better or worse. And if I can't assume my own life is better or worse than anybody else's, then you can't assume the same thing. I mean, that's how it works. So, I'm going to go ahead and end here. Like I said, I do apologize for it being rather long for this subject. You can comment, like, subscribe, post, whatever. You know, just do whatever. I've accepted the fact that every time I talk to somebody, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to offend them, regardless if I'm nice, truthful, not holding anything back, being myself, like I'm attempting to do right now, while I'm holding quite a bit back that I don't tell people. Matter of fact, there's a lot of things I don't tell people. A lot of things I don't even tell my mother. And I'm her caregiver. So, moral of the story is, don't ever assume your life is better or worse. And if you're easily offended, then I'm sorry. But I'm not going to hold anything back anymore. I haven't held anything back in like years on how I see it, on the way I feel about the way I feel. Matter of fact, I actually made a video, if I'm not mistaken, to all the ladies that kept asking me, how are you doing? I made a whole list of all the answers that everybody asked. And then in that video too, I said, I haven't died yet. So, for anybody that wants to ask how I'm doing, don't. Because the answer will be, I haven't died yet. It's going to be that simple. It's either you ask me the question, deal with the answer, or you don't ask me the question and figure it out on your own. And don't assume that my life or your life or anybody else's life is better than worse than anybody else's life. Because you're going to be wrong. And they may actually have a better life than they let on. They may actually have a worse life than they let on. They may just sugarcoat it and say, yeah, I'm having a wonderful peachy day. But deep down, they're having a pretty shitty day, excuse me my language. See, nowadays, people have a tendency to try to hide, try to do the whole walking on eggshells thing. You can't walk on eggshells anymore in this world. It's either you deal with how people put it, or you don't ask the question. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but that's how it is. You either deal with the people, and when you ask them questions, you deal with them being honest, and if you can't deal with them being honest, then don't ask the question. Alrighty, now, again, I do apologize for this video being rather long. It was not my intention to make it over 10 minutes. Matter of fact, I meant it to be more of a 5-minute video, and here, according to OBS, it is getting close to 20 minutes. Actually, 19 minutes. It's 19 minutes going to 20. So, I do appreciate all the likes, subscribes, follows, dislikes. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do to indicate that you're actually interacting with interacting with me, period. I do appreciate it. And that even means if you dislike the video, leave crappy comments, it doesn't matter. Because I make videos, I stream to YouTube and Twitch as my form of therapy to deal with all the problems I'm having to deal with. This is literally the only reason why I'm making YouTube videos. Literally the only reason why I stream at all. I mean, granted, I'd like to up my production quality a little bit. Instead of using my phone, actually having a webcam. Instead of having to use PlayStation Remote Play to actually have a video card or a capture card to capture the video. But I just have to deal with what I got to make videos, so I could actually feel like I'm attempting to be entertaining, which I very well know I'm not. Yeah, it's no secret because I suck at making videos. I suck at streaming. But this is my therapy. Believe it or not. See, my mother seems to think I need to go talk to the people that she goes to for anger management therapy or whatever. And yeah, I might very well need it. But making YouTube videos and streaming and attempting to be somewhat entertaining, because there's sometimes I just merely want to reach into the screen and wring all the people's necks on my fire team when it comes to Crucible. But then again, I can't really do that. But yeah, so like I said, the moral of the story is never assume anything. Never. Because the people nowadays are either lying or they're trying to sugarcoat stuff. And I am not one of those people. I have not been the person that wanted to sugarcoat things for years now. And I've gotten burned on lying. And for one thing, I don't like to lie to my fiance, so that's another reason why I don't like to lie anymore. Because my fiance has been my fiance for roughly, let's see, it's 2018. I think it was 2013. Let's see if I can pull up the calculator here so I can actually tell you exactly how many years we've been engaged. No, strike that. No, don't need that. Minus. Now, in August, let's see, I think. August, yeah, next month, we will be engaged 5 years. We had plans to get married roughly 4 years ago. So that's another problem I'm having to deal with. And right now, she's in a nursing home. Her parents are in a nursing home. Her brother's in the same nursing home as she is. Matter of fact, my fiance and her brother are in the same freaking room. So I've got a number of problems that I deal with every day. Now, like I said, like, subscribe, follow, dislike, comment, flame me. I don't care. Because any kind of interaction helps me more than you know. Because like I've said before, this is my therapy. This is how I deal with my problems. I don't play video games all the time. Mainly there are times where I just watch YouTube videos. Yeah, YouTuber watching YouTube videos. It's a thing, believe it or not. And if you made it through this video to the end, I do very well thank you. Until next time, don't have too much fun.